He sketched machines that would take 400 years to exist. Tanks, helicopters, robots, cities in motion, all on parchment in the 1400s. Who was Leonardo da Vinci really? Was he just a genius? Or something more? A vessel? A messenger? A man out of place and time? In this video, we peel back the pages of his notebooks to reveal what few dare to ask. Where did his ideas come from? Because some of these inventions, they look less like imagination and more like memories of the future. If you're drawn to the mysteries where science meets prophecy and genius borders the supernatural, subscribe, like, and stay until the end. What you'll discover might change how you see not just history, but time itself. Imagine living in a world where carts still relied on oxen, where flight was a myth and weapons were little more than swords and arrows. Now imagine a man in the heart of the Renaissance, sketching machines that look like they came from a dystopian future. Leonardo da Vinci's notebooks contain more than just art. They describe, in precise mechanical detail, a tank with rotating cannons, an armored war machine decades ahead of its time, a helicopter shaped like a screw that mimics vertical lift, a robotic knight capable of movement through pulleys and gears, a diving suit constructed from pig leather and cane, designed for sabotage beneath enemy ships. These weren't dreams. They were engineering diagrams, centuries too soon. But why build machines no one could yet use? Why detail devices that would have terrified the world around him? Some believe Leonardo was simply a genius born ahead of his era. Others whisper he wasn't born in the right time at all. The mystery is just beginning. Leonardo da Vinci didn't just draw machines. He dissected cadavers with surgical precision, years before such practices were even legal. His anatomical drawings, muscles, organs, vascular systems, were more detailed than many 19th century medical texts. But it wasn't just anatomy. His observations of optics, fluid dynamics, geology, even embryology, suggest access to knowledge centuries ahead of the scientific curve. More curious still was his method, mirror writing. Why write backwards, from right to left, in a mirrored script only decipherable with reflection? Some say it was to hide ideas from the church. Others believe it was a form of encryption, not for men, but for those who would come later. He once wrote, "The painter who draws only what he sees before him is blind to the world behind the veil." Was Leonardo hiding truths the world wasn't ready for? Or did he know truths the world had forgotten? In the shadows of his script lies a question that still haunts scholars. How could one man, in the 15th century, see so far and so clearly? Many consider Leonardo the father of invention. But what if he was also a student of something far older? Hidden in his sketches are shapes, proportions, and patterns that echo ancient Egyptian pylons, Mesopotamian star charts, and Greek geometry. His use of the golden ratio, for example, wasn't unique. It was inherited from traditions going back thousands of years. He referred often to Vitruvius, a Roman architect, but his understanding of proportion went beyond architecture, into mysticism. The Vitruvian man isn't just a study of human anatomy. It's a glyph, a symbol of cosmic design. Some researchers believe Da Vinci was secretly initiated into mystery schools, esoteric societies preserving pre-Christian knowledge. Symbols in his notebooks parallel those found in Hermetic texts, Pythagorean scrolls, and even Babylonian diagrams. Why did he trace the divine proportions so obsessively? Why mimic designs found on temples in Luxor or statues from Sumeria? Perhaps because he wasn't inventing new truths, but reawakening forgotten ones. Among Da Vinci's lesser-known sketches lies a curious device, a spiral-shaped acoustic chamber with resonating tubes, curved mirrors, and an inner seat at its center. It was never labeled, never explained. But it wasn't a weapon nor a tool of medicine or flight. It was something else. A chamber designed not for function, but for experience. Some believe it was an attempt to amplify the human voice to celestial frequencies. Others argue it mirrored ancient oracular sites, like the Temple of Delphi or Egyptian hypostyle halls, where sound was used to invoke trance and prophecy. Could this have been Da Vinci's most esoteric creation? A machine built not to conquer the world, but to converse with the divine? Esoteric scholars point to symbols around the sketch that echo Kabbalistic diagrams and Hermetic sigils. He may have believed, as ancient mystics did, that vibration, sound, was the original language of creation. Was Da Vinci trying to rebuild a lost technology? A machine that let man speak to God? And if so, what did he hope to hear in return? Leonardo da Vinci's brilliance was singular, but even singularities leave echoes. He often spoke of invisible forces, of inspiration that came not from within, but from elsewhere. Was this mere metaphor or a whisper of something more? Some biographers mention mysterious guests in his workshop, cloaked figures, multilingual visitors, strange correspondences. Could Da Vinci have been in contact with secret societies? Or worse, under observation? His patronage from powerful families like the Medicis and the French Valois provided him access and protection, but it also made him vulnerable to expectations, to manipulation, to silence. Was someone guiding him, feeding him ideas, watching what he uncovered? Or perhaps was there someone he feared? The shadow behind the genius remains unnamed, but it lingers in the margins of his notes and in the eyes of those who continue to search them. 500 years have passed since Da Vinci's ink dried, and only now are we catching up. His flying machines, the principles echo in helicopters and drones. His armored vehicle now resembles modern tanks. His robotic knight, a precursor to the age of automation. His anatomical studies, still used in medical education today. Blueprints once thought fanciful now read like early patents. The chilling truth? Leonardo da Vinci wasn't just a visionary. He was a mirror held up to a future only he could see or remember. And if so much of what he imagined has already come to pass, what the rest? What else lies hidden, still waiting, in the pages of a forgotten notebook? Among Da Vinci's hundreds of sketches lies a recurring image, a man reaching into the stars, tethered by gears and wings. Scholars once called it symbolic. Now, they wonder if it was predictive. Some of his devices, never built, resemble technologies only now being theorized: zero-gravity propulsion, artificial intelligence, even neural interfaces. Could Da Vinci have encoded a timeline? Some researchers argue his placement of diagrams, the spacing of gears, even the direction of his mirrored text aligned with astronomical events, eclipses, comets, alignments, stretching centuries beyond his life. Did Da Vinci hide a prophecy in plain sight? One not about war or kings, but about technology, consciousness, and the fate of man? And if we're only now understanding his visions, what part of the prophecy comes next?